In today's video, we will be hitting our macros. Grab yourself a carb-free brew and we will begin. If you are new to keto, one of the first things you usually hear about is macronutrients, or macros for short. In the most basic form, macros are expressed as high fat to moderate protein to low carb. Okay, that makes sense, and it is true, but what does that really mean? How much fat is high fat? Traditional keto will expand on this with a ratio of fats to protein to carbs expressed in percentages. So for standard keto, you will often hear 70% fat to 25% protein to 5% carbs. That is pretty easy, but yet it still really doesn't tell you what to eat or how much to eat. We need something better. We need something we can measure. I have heard people say that if they eat 100 grams of food, the ratio says they should eat 5 grams of fat, 25 grams of protein, and 70 grams of fat. That is absolutely wrong. For one, fat has a different caloric density than protein and carbs. In this example, we would have 20 calories from carbs, 80 calories from protein, and 630 calories of fat. This is a ratio of 86% fat to 11% protein to 3% carbs. Holy banana bread. What we need to do is figure out how many calories we need first, then work out the macros from that value. Keto works because it makes it easy to maintain a caloric deficit. However, if you maintain your percentages but eat more than you are burning, you can still gain weight on keto. A lot of people enter into keto thinking it is a eat anything you want deal except for the carbs. That is not true at all. Luckily, we can get this all sorted out easily. There are many easy to use calorie calculators for weight loss. I used one from Healthline and I will include the link below. So according to that calculator, at my current weight, I need between 1,701 and 2,269 calories to lose weight. The lower number is for more aggressive weight loss. Here's the thing. As you lose, these numbers actually get smaller. If I were to lose another 20 pounds, then my weight loss range is 1627 to 2169. This calculator will also give you your maintenance number, which will be important towards the end of our journey. Since I have people watching my journey, I will take my calories from the aggressive end of the weight loss range. So I will go with 1,800 calories per day as my rough daily intake. Now we can work with our macros. 5% of 1,800 would be 90 calories of carbs. 1 gram of carbs has 4 calories. Thus, my daily allowance for carbs is 22.5 grams. 25% of 1,800 is 450 calories of protein. 1 gram of protein also has 4 calories. Thus, we need 112.5 grams of protein daily. The remaining 70% of fats works out to 1,260 calories. 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. Thus, my daily allowance for fat would be 140 grams of fat. Putting that together, your keto diet would aim to hit 140 grams of fat to 112.5 grams of protein to 22.5 grams of carbs. And of course, as you lose weight, you'll readjust these numbers doing the exact same steps. Obviously, measuring and counting is not very fun for many people, so there is some good news. These numbers do have a bit of give. Well, at least when it comes to fat and protein, the carbs are the ones you really need to concentrate on because if you let them rise too much, there is the danger of getting kicked out of ketosis. If you have a little extra protein or fat, there's not really a big concern. However, going overboard with fat can be an issue. Remember, fat has more calories per gram, so those calories can add up quickly. If you are eating too much fat, your body will break it down and use the ketones for energy. I am certain that you would rather be breaking down the excess body fat instead. As a rule of thumb, if you are keeping your carbs at bay and are eating 2 normal keto meals per day, you'll find it easier to keep within your macros. If you are not getting results, then it becomes time to look closer at those macros. Something may very well be out of balance. Perhaps you are drinking too many bulletproof coffees or forgetting to count them towards your macros. Or maybe you are not getting enough fat, in which case maybe you need to add some coconut oil or a bulletproof coffee to your meal. Some of you are asking what a bulletproof coffee is. In a nutshell, it is a coffee with a tablespoon of MCT oil and 1 to 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You can also use 1 to 2 tablespoons of grass-fed ghee instead. So this lovely drink, it contains 230 calories with 25 grams of fat. In my case, I like the 2 meals a day on keto, though some people still need that third meal model. A bulletproof coffee is not a bad option for the first meal in those cases. But at 25 grams of fat, you can see if you have 3 of these in a day, that would be just more than half of your daily fat allowance. Just be sure to count for that fat when planning your meals. I did mention MCT oil in the bulletproof coffee. I will do a future video dedicated to it. I will say for now that it is a healthy fat and as such will be broken down into ketones within the liver. And this can help because it can help you stay in ketosis. And some research has been promising in that MCTs may help you get into ketose faster. Sticking to your macros, though, is still the best way to go. But if you want to give MCT a try, I have a brand I like listed below. Okay, it is that time to check in on my personal journey. So last week we had a great start to the challenge with a 18-pound drop from 340 to 322. We know that most of that weight is, of course, water. And we were expecting much smaller numbers for this weigh-in. We certainly were right about that as I came in this morning at 319.8 pounds for a weight loss of 2.2 pounds this week and a total weight loss of 20.2 pounds, which averages out to 11.1 pounds per week. This average is way skewed by the water weight, and we will see a better average as it drops into place over the coming weeks. Hopefully you all have made some progress too. If it was not a big number or even went up a wee bit, don't worry about it. Remember, this is really about losing fat, and sometimes that is not always reflected on the scale. If you are concerned, look at your macros and see if there is an issue there. You can always leave a comment down below and I will be happy to respond to you. Now let's have some financial fun. Part of my challenge is to take the money I am saving by using keto and using it to buy a stock each week. I am using Wealthsimple for this as it is an easy to use commission-free online stockbroker and they have no minimum. So if you want to add small amounts of money, you totally can. I have an affiliate link below for any Canadians that want to play along. I worked out that I normally spend an average of $105 per week on my standard North American diet. Now on keto, my average week will be around $75, which leaves us $30 to invest each week. Luckily, the ETF I chose for this challenge is XEG, which is the BlackRock Canada iShares S&P TSX Capped Energy Index ETF. This fund invests in a lot of big energy stocks in North America. Yesterday, before the market closed for the weekend, I took my $30 and I bought 2 shares of this ETF for a cost of $24.16. This means we now own 3 shares for a total of $36.90. In 1 week, they grew an additional $1.27 from what I put in. So this is definitely going to be fun. Next week, we will add more. And as we go through this challenge, we will see how much it grows as we shrink. It will be fun. If you like the financial part of this challenge and want to learn more, I will leave a link below for my other channel, Financial Brew. If you liked today's video, be sure to show the like button some love. If you want to follow along on this journey, then be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I drop a new video. Until next time, keep losing, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.